Hearing a curse word in an animated movie always catches you off guard. In this video, we are going to talk about cursed words in Pixar. I present to you Puss in Boo: The Last Wish. Wow, this movie is littered with curse words, and it's so funny. And I'm not just talking about Perito, I'm talking about other characters. Everyone in this movie just has no filter. I love it. It's like they made this movie for people that are not 5 years old.
Munching grub, oafish, munching, mangy, nugget.
I don't know what it is, but I think there's something in the air affecting animals, especially dogs. Dogs in animated movies are cursing a lot, and I'm not joking. The next thing on the list is coming from DreamWorks' Teenage Kraken.
I'm a mother flippin' mermaid!
So it looks like one of the characters actually wanted to curse, but used a substitute bad word. She said mother flipping. I think she wanted to say something else, but instead offered an alternative that let me remind you again. This is a DreamWorks movie, the company that was not afraid to curse in the past. I'm talking about that Shrek era. I feel like the writers want to go back to that, but they can't. Because at least in Shrek you got a defense where you can say that ass could be used to describe a donkey. This is real, but in Teenage Kraken, when you're dealing with mermaids and fish, I don't know if you can really let that slide, but yeah. Move on to the next one. Pixar The Incredibles 2. So Evelyn Dior caught a lot of people off guard with the way she was talking throughout this entire
Newscast. Finish our interview by phone.
Promote the hell out of it.
Independence from screen slavery.
from-screen slavery. Chad Tonight, like Asta Girl, was straight up having a normal conversation trying to figure out who the bad guy is, and Evelyn just kept cussing throughout the film. Not because I think that hell's a bad word, but you got to keep in mind that this film was targeted towards children. I could just tell they were throwing in words like hell to try to make it seem like this film was actually worth your time, but it was in fact a cash grab, but we'll save that for another video. Let's focus on that curse word. What sticks out to me is the way Evelyn kept saying the word hell. Now I don't know about you, but when I watched this in the theaters, there were a lot of kids with their parents, but back to the word hell. I still don't consider that a bad word, but I do admit it is on the stronger side, especially for a Pixar film that doesn't usually go there. Yeah, a lot of articles were written about this movie afterwards, but I think it kind of blew over now that everyone, doesn't care anymore. More does anyone remember The Lion King? Well, there was an intense chase scene.
Jeez, why do I always have to save your...
I'm pretty sure Simba saved the day by coming in at the right time and roaring. Otherwise we would have heard a curse word in Lion King. I'm not too sure how many parents would let that slide. You got to remember people are very sensitive, and it's very difficult to hear these words when you're a helicopter parent. However, no one threw a fit about this. In fact, I bet a lot of people didn't even remember that this was in The Lion King. Very shocking stuff. A word is being dropped constantly in these movies, which I find hilarious because before this, 5 years ago, if you came to me and said, are there curse words in animated movies? I would probably laugh in your face because that just sounds absurd. However, if you do the research which I've done for you, you will hear a lot of profanity. Let's go on to the next one. Know that Inside Out has a sequel, Inside Out 2, and I believe that Inside Out 2 is going to have a bad word in it. If yours does have a bad word, but what if I were to tell you there's an actual curse word inside of the original Inside Out? Or at least the Rez really wanted to say something about bad words, literally. Let's take a look at it together.
Lock the door and scream that curse word we know. Scream that curse word we know.
Yeah, so if any character is going to curse, it's definitely going to be this guy Anger, who doesn't curse when they're angry. Everyone wants a curse every now and then, especially when you stub your toe or someone cuts you off in traffic. You kind of have that urge to cuss them out. But you gotta stop and be calm because you don't want to do anything stupid on the road. You know? I actually thought this joke was interesting. We all know that Pixar would never touch a bad word. They don't have the guts to do it. They are not DreamWorks. No, but seriously, the amount of cuss words in Shrek is still unbelievable. They talk about ass throughout that movie like it's nothing. And I get that there's a donkey in the movie, but sometimes in the film they're literally not even using it as a substitute. They're straight up just saying the word. They don't mention the donkey's not even in the scene. They're just straight up saying ass, ass, ass personally. I don't use that word if I'm in a professional setting, but if I'm hanging out with the boys, I just let that thing loose, alright? So moving.
About drinking from the anus of another creature, okay?
Hey, what are you bitching about?
Ever since we were little, I've been listening to you complain. What are you bitching about? It's actually hard to believe that there was a time in history where animated characters would casually curse, and no one would care. Every time I make a video on animated movies, it looks like DreamWorks just does not care. They win the cake in every video. And another crazy fact about this movie is that it came out in 1998. Although the movie is dated, it still remains a timeless classic. Especially with all the profanity in this movie. I honestly don't know how parents feel about this, yikes.
Marty! Oh, sugar, honey,
Than I anticipated. Usually movies like this like to show off the word ass because they can at least say, hey, that means a donkey, we're not cursing. But it looks like they really want to put synonyms and acronyms and metaphors for the SW word. Yikes, cool. But there are animals. And what do animals do a lot in the SW word? Yikes, cool. But there are animals. And what do animals do a lot in the farm? They drop the S-bomb. Very few of you notice curse in Pixar. Or maybe you didn't pay attention. Thank you for being with me until the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can watch more videos on our channel, or choose the 2 options we have left for you to watch. I will see your next video.